Hello. Welcome to the Daily Political Tarot and Astrology here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you so much for being here. It's Sarah. It's Sarah Day.
Yes. I'm sorry that I was not able to be here on Wednesday, but recovering from the flu is draining. But I'm here. Oh, thank you. But I'm here. So I wouldn't let a whole week go by without coming to hang out with you guys. So,
yay. And, okay, so I am here every single day of the year and I mean every single day of the year, year after year after year after year, to take your political questions out of the chat. So just put your questions in the chat before I come on. 10% of my income from everything Black and Orange goes to Feeding America at feedingamerica.org. It's an ongoing thing. We have epic troll slayers who have kept us safe forever. Thank you. We've got a fantastic community here because of you, your kindness. You have been so kind to each other, so kind to me. You've been so kind to Miss Sarah.
Yes, thank you.
And if you're watching on replay, hello. You can go down in the description box. All the questions are listed there. Miss Sarah will be time stamping today.
Oh, yes.
And so you can pick and choose what you're interested in. Or watch back the whole thing on like 1.25 speed, which I do a lot. So I have the Pope Tarot. I have got the time to spend with you, which means it's a fantastic part of my day, if not the most fantastic part of my day, right here.
Mm-hmm.
All right. On today's episode, we look at peace in Palestine and Israel in 2024. Maine joins Colorado in keeping Trump off the ballot. California allows him to stay. The appeals court has signaled it would support Trump, Judge Chutkan if she jailed Trump. All right, so we are starting in at, oh, thank you, Hilda. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Y'all are so awesome.
So at 2:40, we're starting?
Yes, at 2:40. Heather asks, can we look at the energy around a two-state solution for Palestinian and Israeli governance in 2024? How likely or unlikely are we to see that become a reality in the next decade? I sure hope so.
Well, a two-state solution for Palestinian and Israeli governance in 2024. Because not only are the Israelis saying there will not be Hamas, they're also saying the Palestinian Authority will not be in charge again.
I have opinions with O, and I realize that other people feel very strongly about this, as people should, one way or the other. So I'm just going to, I'm hoping for peace.
Yeah, that's what I want.
Yes.
That's not a happy. That's a Six of Swords. That's having to move under cover of darkness and not good. Not good. All right. Six of Wands, Nine of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles, Three of Cups, Seven of Swords. Sorry. Hamas is vile. I think we can all agree on that.
Yes. Yes.
Israel was doing what they were doing, but now there's so much upheaval and destruction and people out in the cold, and it's certainly not all rainbows and fuzzies in Gaza, and it's not all rainbows and fuzzies in Israel. My concern is here's the thing. Again, super controversial opinion, but I'm going to wade in here with just a thought from history, and I could be wrong. Absolutely, I could be wrong. After World War I, what did they do? The Allies got together and they taxed the heck out of Germany.
Mm-hmm.
What did that lead to? Yes, tiny mustache idiot.
Mm-hmm.
After World War II, nobody wanted to rebuild Berlin. Nobody wanted to help Japan. But what did we do? And now we're friends with Germany. We're friends with Japan. With Netanyahu there, that's not going to happen. And I know people want, there are other people who want, they want real, like after 9/11. I mean, we were not in a peace-loving mood after 9/11.
No.
September 12, 2001, the U.S. was not feeling like kumbaya. Mm-mm. I get that. Mm-hmm. But what it feels like, the number one problem is Hamas. No, there's no question.
Right.
On the list of problems, list, somewhere on that list, is Netanyahu.
Yeah.
And so I wish I had lovely words to say, oh yeah, it's going to be.
Yeah. Well, it was worth looking at, and it's still worth hoping for and sending good vibes to.
And praying for, and yeah.
Yes, because there's the term "there's good people on both sides" has been just blown up recently, but I'm not talking about Hamas.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the people in Palestine that are just trying to live, and the people in Israel who are just trying to live and are just trying to go about their lives. And
yeah,
those are the ones that have my heart, because they're just trying to exist.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And I mean, like, we're talking about there's a boy of about, I don't know, somewhere between 10 and 12, something like that. And parents are missing. He's like one of 7. And he's trying to and it's up to him to take care of his baby, and I mean baby sister.
Yeah.
And he is, poor thing, so overwhelmed. He doesn't deserve that. Nobody deserves that.
No.
So I don't care where he's from. So that's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay, so let's. Okay. Now, yes. Bump it. All right. Thank you. Saging by proxy. Yes. 9:40. Trump has been removed from the Maine primary ballots.
I
know. While simultaneously being allowed to stay on the California ones. A SCOTUS ruling seems imminent. How crazy is this going to get before we have a final ruling? Before somebody, presumably SCOTUS,
Okay,
says once and for all.
Hang on. Sorry, Kristen from UncoverTheNews says breaking news. Biden warns U.S. military might get pulled into direct conflict with Russia. There's some weird energy around that.
Let me pull that up. 1 second.
Hang on. Yeah. Yes, Lois. I love that. Trumpy Le Pew. Trumpy Le Pew. I love that. I love that.
Okay. Yeah. After the massive aerial attack this morning in Ukraine, 110 missiles struck Ukraine, hitting hospitals, residential buildings, and a shopping center. Jeez Louise.
But if nothing, if it's not happening to NATO, a NATO member.
Well, he says the stakes of this fight extend far beyond Ukraine.
Oh, we know that, but it's a matter of.
Well, it says they affect the entirety of the NATO alliance, the security of Europe, and the future of the transatlantic relationship. When dictators and autocrats are allowed to run roughshod in Europe, the risk rises that the United States gets pulled in directly. And the consequences reverberate around the world. We cannot let our allies and partners down. We cannot let Ukraine down. History will judge harshly those who fail to answer freedom's call.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Amy Jones is asking, why isn't the EU stepping up? It's their back door. Well, the thing is, they may be. That's what I'm wondering.
Well, also, they're voting. I think I saw last week they're voting to allow Ukraine into the EU, which would handle that.
When?
It came out.
I thought that wasn't happening for years.
This came out while I was sick because I think I saw it pop up on my phone. Hang on 1 second.
Okay. Hey, no, I appreciate your help. Kristen says news. Poland says Russian missile entered airspace, then went into Ukraine. Oh. Mary Smith says loose objects of concern over Poland.
On the 14th of December, the European Council decided to open accession negotiations with Ukraine. It is one of 9 current candidate countries, together with Albania, Bosnia, Herzegovina, Georgia, Moldova, Montenegro, North Macedonia, Serbia, and Turkey.
Okay, so because Biden wouldn't go in unilaterally.
No.
But if NATO decides to go in.
Well, let's look at it. Let me type it in here. Let's look at this. Well, just point blank, will the U.S. get pulled in 2020?
Right. Terry Solar says, Autumn, you're thinking of NATO. Yes. But if Ukraine becomes a part of the EU, you're let's just say you are NATO adjacent. James says Biden did not suggest American troops in Ukraine.
No, I fully read the quote. He just said that if something doesn't happen, historically, we get pulled into things.
Yes.
So stuff needs to be fixed. So
Hilda Flores is saying Russia just wants a war with the U.S. Actually, I don't think so.
No.
I'll be honest. I mean, Putin is awful, but there's a whole level of. And Valerie Sargent just came in. Hi, everyone. Hello, Valerie. Thank you for that little shot of yay. Good. Kristen says 5 hours ago, Polish president. Is it Duda? Okay. Starts emergency meeting with the National Security Bureau after a suspected Russian missile strikes Poland. Poland is a NATO member state. Pardon?
I said, oh, shish. All right, so I guess the first question, like I said, in 2024, will the U.S. be pulled into the Russia-Ukraine conflict?
I don't like this world card. Don't like this world card.
Fiddlesticks.
Card for the reading's a high priestess. Trying to calm things down, trying to get some higher wisdom. There is, I don't know why I'm getting this, but there is a whole lot of trying to figure out each other's secrets, trying to track where everything is.
Mhm.
Our military is actually very, very, very busy with satellites, watching things, passing on information to Ukraine.
Yes, Cherry Bomb, for entertainment only YouTube.
For entertainment only YouTube.
Yes.
But yeah, our military, our CIA, if you want intel, it's just pouring into Ukraine. They're not alone. Ukraine has been struggling, but they've been making it. This around the sun makes me wonder if, when things get warmer, if Russia is going to try to push forward, but it's not going to go so well. At the same time, this is charity, just trying to get a little bit, and this is completely running out of money. Let me see if I can get more information on how this is playing out. I'd like to think this suspension in the world here is Russia can't fight anymore or what have you, but that's not necessarily what that means. We may not openly have boots on the ground, but it feels like the U.S. is
certainly more involved than we are now.
A lot more involved than we know.
Yeah. Okay.
We are a lot more involved than the average person is thinking about. And I did get, when I first tried to, I did get a yanking, like getting pulled in. But let me see. Yeah, Russia is not up to this. You're really not up to this.
Well, I saw a quote yesterday that really was day before yesterday, that really just, as far as this entire conflict goes, just really, if Russia stops fighting, then it's over.
Right.
It's done. If Ukraine stops fighting, they cease to exist. So they have infinitely more to lose, ergo they're going to be fighting infinitely harder. So yeah. Oh, also, little tidbit, I saw this yesterday. I think it was just a small thing. Russian history books with the equivalent of 11th graders now show that in 2020 Trump won the election and it was stolen by the Democrats.
Okay.
Because, the U.S. is evil. According to, yeah, sorry.
No. No, thank you for letting me know that. I didn't know that. Um, look, I realize I read on politics every day, but you know me with my Cancer moon, and I always want to think the best about people, even when they prove that they're not really worth that.
Mm-hmm.
And the number of times poor Miss Sarah has had to sit me down and be like, I've needed my Aquarian best friend who has enough emotional distance to go,
Mm-hmm.
why am I getting that the Republicans are all going to be against helping Ukraine help against. That's the center card, the lovers. These are all pentacles. I mean, that's 10, queen, page. That's the dynasty. That's the leadership, even the lesser lights, the the mega cafefe swillers, the whole thing. Why do I suddenly get that that things might change when Jack Smith comes out against some members of Congress?
Mm.
Entertainment only, YouTube. Why am I getting that?
I know, but it'd be interesting to see how this plays out. I'm going to put that link to that Newsweek article about the textbooks in the chat. So,
All right, Ukraine, 2024. Who's the hermit? Who is the hermit? Hang on. I'll show you what I've got. Just let me clarify.
Sure, no problem.
Cafefe swillers for the reading.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that's where we're starting. People who are sitting pretty, you have money. It's not Russia.
Mm-hmm.
And sitting pretty, but things are changing. This is a page, and then that's Joe Biden. That's not Zelensky. And then I've got a hermit card. So it's like, okay, who's the hermit? Is it Biden being isolated? But there's major change over here. Major change over here. So I asked, okay, then who's the hermit? Who's isolated? First card, well, I pulled three with a qualifier. The first card I got just off to the side was Two of Cups. That's not isolation. That's the opposite of isolation.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a partnership. So that's not Biden. Mm-hmm. So then the three cards for this clarification: thief, far right action, something new, or action taken, suspension for actions taken as thieves. Oh, Rabirda.
It's very sweet. Thank you.
Thank you. Karen Taylor, apparently that was in Russia. Thank you, Faye. So, is Jack Smith going to be pivotal in what happens in Ukraine? Yes, James, exactly. The other part Congress wants us to forget is the funding's a loan. Yes. Pay it back. So, the great Jack Smith, are you going to end up being pivotal in the future of Ukraine? Or is your thing just your thing? All right, he's just working. He's working. He's getting evidence. Okay. So he's just working right now.
Mm-hmm.
Just doing his thing. I'm getting him just doing his thing. I don't know. I guess I will guess not. But the Congress people he's going to go after, they don't have a leg to stand on, legal argument wise. They tried to destroy our democracy. They have no argument for that. These selfish morons. This also could be Speedy Holly. Yeah, exactly.
He's a brother. He's a drag star. Okay.
Aggressive law enforcement coming against them, and it's their ill-gotten gains. He has so much evidence. My gosh, and they have evidence that he's getting from some of, and he's already has gotten from some of them. So that's just telling me how hard he's working. But are you bringing charges against Congress people, upending that corruption? Will that give more support? Because I've got a strength here, but it fell out. Like he's in a good spot. Queen of Pentacles, that would be the people on the right, and 6 of Swords, 10 of Swords, 9 of Pentacles. No, okay, so no, I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think it's that cut and dried, because some people are definitely going to be in trouble, but also some Republicans will be fine. Sitting pretty, group of them. Even if we know how we feel about them. So no, there isn't a like. It isn't like Jack Smith acts there and then that drops off support or that drops off opposition too. So this moves. It's not like a set of dominoes. But
two things. One, Amy, hang on, there's more than one Amy. Amy Kircher says, when we send our stockpiles, we then have to replace them. I always thought that the GOP was strongly supportive of the military-industrial complex. You know, you bring up a good point, because literally doing this, helping provide others with what they need to support themselves, is entirely how we got out, the basis of how we got out of the Great Depression. So,
we got out of the Great Depression because of World War II.
Yes, and even before we joined it, helping others prepare and take care of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
It's what we do historically. So also, and the second thing, when all of this is said and done, I really think that Jack Smith should get some sort of like card or something that enables him to like free massages for life for carrying on his shoulders the weight of our entire democracy for years now. I mean, literally
and endless Subway sandwiches.
Yes. Forever. Even if it's the most basic ones and I don't necessarily approve of them. Go ahead.
Or,
Kelly's
and
apology.
and they don't want to pay taxes ever.
Ever. I love that part from Armageddon. Yes. Okay. So back to Trump. So at 30:15, yeah, Trump has been removed from the Maine primary ballots while simultaneously being allowed to stay on California's. A SCOTUS ruling seems imminent. How crazy is this going to get before we have a final ruling? Before SCOTUS says he can either be there or he doesn't have to be. Is it going to get
Well, and just after, how crazy is it going to be, depending on what they choose?
Mm-hmm.
Can we just all get along?
Yes.
All the problems we had with some past presidents, at least we had some kind of feeling that, yeah, we're going to have another election in 4 years.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Telling you, as much as I strongly disliked the man when he was in office around the end of 2017, I would have driven myself personally to Midland and packed up all of W's stuff in a U-Haul to send him to Washington if I could have. I mean, as much as I didn't necessarily care for anything, if I had to have, I would have been like, dude, let's roll. Let's get your easel and your and your canvases, and we are going back. So,
yeah. I mean, you can pretty much go through the list of previous candidates, except what's her name? So you can see Russia from her house. Her. Except for her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Other than her. Okay. So I don't have Howling at the Moon. That's good. I do have We All Saw What Happened. But this is a plan.
Yes.
No, this is a Republican plan. That's a whole lot of lies. There's something here we are going to like. Although, frankly, I'm kind of liking just because I was picking up that it would be certain states. It would be some states. Yeah. And here's the thing: this super conservative, these super conservative justices, you're going to suddenly turn around and say no to states' rights? Really?
It specifically says the state has the right to do that.
Yeah. I mean, that's and you know, I've heard some other people saying that, well, they can write him in, or it's only on they were specifically talking about Colorado, where it's only on the primary, or they can, and I'm like, no, I made that graphic. I pulled that from CBS News. The Secretary of State cannot, he cannot be on the primary or election ballot, and the Secretary of State cannot count write-in votes for Trump. That was the CBS, according to CBS News, that's what's in the ruling.
That's what it says. All right.
Hang on. Well, are we going to look at
what the energy of the court is going to be next, since this is going to be heading that way?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, so at 34:30, since it seems to be heading that way, what is the current energy of this Supreme Court? Tuxedo Cat asks. I sense cowardice among the right. Okay, that's like saying it's a little chilly in Antarctica. I mean, but I'll be nice.
No, that is a perfectly valid There's nothing offensive about that. That's the truth. Hashtag truth.
Yes, Cindy, if they write him in, that will make, if somebody writes him in on their ballot is null and void. It cannot be counted.
Well, that vote can't be counted.
That vote can't be counted for,
Yeah.
I mean, whatever else they voted on the same ballot, that's fine. But yeah. So
I'm surprised.
I
am surprised. See, I'm just assuming that the conservative justices will give Trump whatever he wants, or not, if not give him what he wants, at least just be so biased toward the right. That I'm getting a temperance card, though. I think they're ducking and dodging everything they possibly can. If they can throw something back to a lower court, if they can, somebody else needs to decide first. We can't. No. It's like they've got their tennis rackets. Whack. Oh no, it's incoming. Whack. Oh, okay, get whack. Get it away from us as long as possible. If there's a T that isn't crossed, no.
We didn't file this in triplicate. Yes,
exactly. We need carbon copies. Nobody does carbon copies anyway. It says right here in this regulations, I have to have carbon copies. So, that's us being quite pleased, though. But on the right, they're trying to pull a rabbit out of a hat because Trump is guilty of insurrection. You don't have to be convicted in a court. We've seen the evidence. Hello. Ta-da.
I love that card.
Which, this one?
The Page of Cups. Because it's like she's drinking a Coke. And to me, that's the Richard Pryor card, where he's like, you need to sit down, have a Coke and a smile, and shut the heck up. Yes. So...
yeah, what I get from that one is a kind of that's what I get. That's what I get from that one. But I've got a Howling at the Moon in the Four of Cups, where somebody's not listening, refuses to listen to what has been decided on the left. And since I've got drive-by snickering here in the middle, I wonder if this state's allowed to stand. That states make their own decisions. See, I wouldn't think they'd do that, but let's see if I can get. I'll see if I can get a qualifier, but that's what I'm getting.
I like Beer is visited in his sleep, like Scrooge from the Ghost of Scalia. I mean, yeah.
Card for the reading. I specifically like in this deck. I mean, she got home from work, or she got home from the whatever it was official. But she has she just tucked her legs up, and she's got her cocoa or whatever that is, and she's watching TV. She's liking what she's seeing. The far right would lose their minds, but the center would be doing pretty well because these two go together. I got the far right, and it's not going well for them in some states. I've got strength right in the middle with the Queen of Cups for the center. So, I mean, in theory, if you wanted to look at it a different, now that's what I'm feeling as well. But I asked myself, it's like, am I being biased? What else could this potentially mean? Could this be the far right, which is what this is? the far right being in a position of strength and knocking all of this down. That doesn't feel right. Or people who love democracy being in a position of strength, and I'm not getting it. It doesn't feel right. But when it's like, this feels like us. This goes together. These are the Covfefe swillers. And it just feels like, now, the Supreme Court will duck and dodge every chance they get in any way, shape, or form. They will, dropped a paperclip, can't hear you. They'll, anything they can possibly do. But for some reason, I've got, which I didn't think, this part, the front part of my brain, the frontal lobes, which are actually only about a 1/4 inch deep. I always thought it was like a lobe. No, it's a little bit like that. That's the main thing that separates us. This says, no, of course they'll find a way to help, but
SW says SCOTUS will have a very difficult time ruling one blanket ruling for all 50 states regarding Trump on the ballot, because the 10th Amendment grants powers to the states. So, yes.
Oh, SW.
Yeah, that's what he was asking about, what I just read.
Okay. All right.
So,
I'm going to get some water, but I can hear you.
Fabulous.
1 second.
All righty. SCOTUS did, wouldn't that give Biden more power? Yeah, Hilda, they're not these folks don't really think past right this second. Sort of like teenagers who they're going to do this thing right now, and this is what they want to do, and they don't see past 5 minutes from now how this is going to affect them. And yes, Lisa, you're correct. We agree with SW. Okay, at 42:20. Yeah, Hilda, I agree. I can't either. It's like the GOP is the party of chopping off your nose to spite your face.
Yeah. Thank you. I need to. I've got my cup of water.
Thank you. Good. 42:35. Okay, so the next couple of questions all go together.
Okay.
And considering that we've taken a while, this might be where the next 3 might be where we end it. But the Court of Appeals over the D.C. case has signaled in its last ruling that it would support Judge Chutkan if she enforced the latest approved gag order, meaning this could involve jail time. So legal analysts believe that Trump's Christmas rot in hell message and other subsequent ramblings against his enemies may push Chutkan to do what some had previously thought was unthinkable. Could Trump be jailed in the new year?
Or in 2024?
Yes. In 2024, yes. Because the way that they ruled, and I'm paraphrasing here, it's all over the place if somebody wants to go look it up. But the way that it's written basically says that we agree that what he's said and done is egregious. We agree that there is a reason for a gag order, and we trust that you'll do what you need to do to make sure that everybody's safe. That is the power they've bestowed upon Chutkan. So, okay, nails on today, so I can't click, but clickety, click.
Oh, Judge Chutkan.
Yes.
Are you going to go down in history as our favorite judge?
Because hitting him, we've tried. I say we, like I'm in the courtroom with the gavel. But it's been tried to hit him with fines. Hit him in his pocketbook. He does no good. He doesn't care.
Right.
Well, doesn't have the money to pay that anyway. So somebody else is going to pay it for him. So what's left?
I'm not going up the river. However,
Mm-hmm.
I am getting a, excuse the term, put up or shut up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we know Jack Smith was already pushing for that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Chutkan is concerned about it. Chutkan's not doing this out of, it's all about her.
Right.
She actually really does care about the country.
Mm-hmm.
He's always done what he wanted to, and he always was in a position to do to act however, lash out however he wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
There's something where something causes that to come to an end, and I hope this isn't literal towards someone.
Mm-hmm.
But this could just be an entertainment only YouTube, and please don't let anything bad happen. We do not want anyone getting hurt at all. Not Trump, no one getting hurt.
I don't even wish him a hangnail.
No, I really don't. I just want him in court, in a fair trial. That's anyway.
Yes.
But this is the burden from the lies. The burden is just crushing and crushing and crushing and crushing. And I'm like, well, what would that be? Because that's not a monetary fine. That's just burden. So I was trying to get more information, and I've got these are the committed people either helping Trump or the people around him facing bigly judgment. It's not just him. And that confused me even more because, in how many movies have we watched where the hero's like, you can't hurt me. You can do whatever you want to me. And the villain's like, but we have your cat, daughter, wife.
Person. Yeah.
Man, camera, man, woman, person, TV.
Mm-hmm.
It's a heavy burden. But what is it? I wonder if she will I wonder if she starts. No, she couldn't take away his social media.
Mm-mm.
The emperor, yeah, because he's running for the presidency. All right, 6 of Swords, Hermit, Lovers, 3 of Swords, 7 of Swords. She isolates him in some way. And it's right up front. It's right up here. There's some serious isolation there. And the people on the far right and the people who are on the far right who are supporting him are really unhappy. And it's the legal ruling. This is going to cut deep. Bigger burdens, deeper cuts, isolation for him. But he can still run for the president. I wonder. I have to wonder if maybe she continues on with something she had talked about, which is the more he talks, the sooner the trial happens, or the sooner the end of the trial happens.
Okay.
I wonder if that's the case, where it's all right. Well, you have to prove to me, why this is taking this long, because you are becoming a danger. You are being a danger to people. It's not just him. It's people around him too. It's people around him. They think they're seeing pretty, but boom, there's that isolation right in the middle again. There could be some fines involved, but he is isolated. And I don't know what form that takes.
Well, maybe as we get closer, the energy will be a little more revealing in that regard.
Yeah. Or maybe it's just something I'm not thinking of right now. So,
all right. Well, Hilda mentioned something, and I almost said something, but so this next is not necessarily a question, but a discussion. An interesting idea has been proposed concerning a potential location for Trump's imprisonment. So let me read something for you, and I will put the link to it in the description box following this. I found it amusing, and I wanted to keep it to myself till we got to talking. So Brian Kareem, who is a former White House reporter, he sat down with Mary Trump on her podcast or whatnot. And he's the person who famously asked Trump if Trump would commit to a peaceful transfer of power if he lost in the 2020 election all those years ago, right? So Kareem, I'm going to read you the full quote. I remain unconvinced that Donald Trump will be on the ballot next November, so I'm holding on to that, Kareem said, adding in a just scenario where Trump could potentially end up. I'm also convinced that at some point next year, since the federal government already controls Alcatraz, they'll just reclaim it as a prison, and there will be only one prisoner held there, and he'll have a 2-hole golf course if he wants a Secret Service entourage. Kareem told Mary Trump, and the only condition is that twice a day for 2 hours he has to stand in a cage in an orange suit while tourists pay $20 to have their picture taken with him. Oh, the way that amused me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Alcatraz, they've modernized part of the buildings there because they actually have an admin, because it's a tourist place. You go in, you pay your money, you do the thing, whatever. And so part of the buildings have been modernized and whatnot.
Yeah, but not the jail part. It's rotting out in that seawater, sea air.
I mean, sure, my sister went there for her honeymoon because apparently that's what you do. And it's
talk about the old ball and chain. Sorry, that was way loud. Sorry, that was way loud.
That was hysterical though. But her not her, but the main yard. I mean, you could put a hole or two there. I mean, they would be able to tell who's rolling up and who's not. He'd be safe.
There's the man for the reading. There he is. Get your red hot stuff. Get your popcorn, and take pictures. Look at the band or the. This is ridiculous. This is not going to happen. No. But do you know how mad he would be that he wouldn't be getting a cut of that money?
Oh yeah, he'd love doing it just so he could have people. So he mentally knows people are paying to spend time with him. But the fact that he wouldn't get any money from that would chafe his grits.
Or 6 cents a day or something. Whatever ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he could make license plates to be sold in the gift shop.
But seriously, let me see if because I can't remember who was it who what I keep forgetting what prison did Nixon's vice president go to? Somewhere in the East.
Let me look. Agnew. He actually didn't. He took a plea.
Okay, then it was somebody in the Nixon, high up in the Nixon administration, went to a prison. Who went to prison? I think, but I see. I just pulled some cards at random. I'm getting Trump will. What I got was Trump will still be things will still be being appealed. He'll be out on appeal at the next election. G. Gordon Liddy, David says. Tuxedo Cat says John Dean.
I'm looking. Liddy went to prison. John Dean also went to prison.
Giovanna says there are 7 who went to prison.
Yes.
Phyllis Rowan is saying John Dean, Charles Colson. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If I get actually Trump being punished in some substantial way, I get isolation. I just get isolation.
Okay.
It's all of these different court cases. He loses, and it's done. He's a thief, and it's going to be very expensive to house him. But this almost feels like kind of walking in, like as if this was like that was like the floor plan of a garden or something. But you're walking and you can only go in these little spaces. Is what that feels like, and it's very expensive.
Well, this also ties in with the next question of Kristen's. If he is imprisoned, will the location be hidden from the public, or will he be sent somewhere like Supermax in Colorado because of his, cult and whatnot?
Okay. Sorry if my shuffling's loud.
No, you're good.
I hear that Cheyenne Mountain has lots of space under there. Lots of space.
It would certainly be closed off from people. So.
And maybe yeet him through the Stargate. Anyway, I loved that show. 5 of Pentacles. Lovers, Judgment, Chariot, High Priestess, Strength. Okay.
Nobody's making him a nail file into a birthday cake at this place. It's just not.
No. Okay, he does not have control over this situation. He's not in control here. His followers get rabid,
Oh, yeah.
absolutely rabid.
Mhm.
But judgment, chariot, high priestess, strength, secret.
Okay.
Higher wisdom, secrets, strength. Going there, massive judgment, being taken somewhere. There's something secret about it. Even if someone has, if we know, like, oh, he's in wherever,
Right.
but maybe he's actually nearby. Maybe he's in.
Right.
He's not. There is something secret about. It's not quite.
Right. You don't know where within the complex he's in or what the scenario is, but we know he's roughly in the Midwest.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Even if we know a specific prisons can be really big.
Mhm.
Or maybe it's, halfway up a mountain or something.
Area 51.
Area 51.
I mean, we know it
Yes.
exists.
Okay,
We
and
don't
we're
know anything
walking.
about it.
We're walking. We're walking. Okay. Yeah. This is the alien spacecraft. Yes. These are the aliens that came by, and this was the former president. This is the other satellite that. All right. So
Mhm.
I'm looking at this and see, because I have to wonder the isolation. Maybe I've heard some people say that they see him in some kind of hospital, or as I would put it, hospital.
Mhm. Yeah.
I've got big time isolation. So that's all I've got there. But I'm sure we'll be looking at it again.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm looking at the time.
And I still have my burglar shirt that I'm waiting until he's convicted of something.
Heck yeah. If it's okay with you, there's
Yeah,
one more question I
sure.
want to look at just because it's a fun one.
Yeah, sure.
So, all right. Let me move it.
Cherry Bomb, Arkham Asylum. Yes. Yes. Who Orange Man?
Mm-hmm.
Blowhard. Blowhard.
1 hour, 2 minutes, 40 seconds. It is believed that Ken Cheesebro has had a full come to Jesus moment, which spells trouble for Trump. According to RawStory, quote, he's pointing fingers, giving long form answers, and he's having the coming to Jesus moment where he's accepting responsibility and helping the prosecution teams across the country, not just the ones he's been indicted in, which means he's voluntarily spilling his guts. So, is Cheesebro legit in his apparent redemption tour?
He's afraid.
Oh, well, I would be too.
They've yeah, he's got quite a burden that they're talking to him about. This is aggressive law enforcement. He didn't know how good he had it, and he has not been able to sleep, and he knows it could all go wrong, so he has to make friends. He has to have a partnership here. And as bad as this is with the Eight of Swords, this isn't the Six of Swords. And some, it depends how you look at the cards, but in this one, he's there. It's not good, but in the way the cards often come up for me, and it's not like this for everybody, it's the Six of Swords where you're going up the river,
Right.
because you can't walk away from that. You're in a boat.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So sure, whatever, we'll get this over with, first of all. Secondly, what can I do?
Right.
Because I'll get, sure, and maybe he'll get something, he'll still have to do something, but if as small as possible. So, yeah, he's scared. He is scared, scared, scared. Now the question is, should Trump be scared? Should Trump be scared that Cheesebro has flipped like a grilled Cheesebro?
That was a good one.
Thanks. Yes, Isabel Moss. He's trying to save his own behind. Yes. Oh, Jane says he can't be trusted. Oh, well, but he's still afraid. Yeah. Trust me, they're verifying. They're not taking him at his word.
Yeah, no.
Michael Hill says Trump is scared. Absolutely. Let's see. Well, we know in general, yeah. King of Pentacles. Oh. I wonder. I have a sense. I wonder if Trump is wondering how much Cheesebro knows. Number one, if he remembers who he is. Two, what meetings was he in on? What did he hear about?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if I'm getting that that's Cheesebro, but the first card for the reading is the Emperor. And he's like, who?
Yeah.
What does he know? Where was he? Yeah, and every time somebody comes against the Emperor, this is us, drive by snickering. Trump is scared. He thinks his goose is cooked. And it's women coming after him. He's having nightmares about women coming after him.
Oh, bless.
Well, maybe he didn't attack them. I don't know. Funny that. And howling at the moon. Absolute lunacy. So, yeah, Trump is a mess. Cherry Bomb says Eric did it. Well, obviously.
W says, Sarah Autumn, please read Article 1, Section 3, Clause 7 of the U.S. Constitution. So all these people saying the Supreme Court may say he's immune that would violate that clause of the Constitution. So, yeah, so he's not immune.
Oh no, and I don't think they'll say he's immune,
right?
Because if they say he's immune, that means Biden can do whatever he wants.
Mm-hmm.
At which point Biden could say, Jill, you might need to talk me down from this one. Yeah. Anyway. Well, that is going to do it for us for today. Thank you, Miss Sarah. Everything's always better when you're here.
Happy to hang out. You guys are fabulous.
Yes. Fantastic. Thank you. You are funny. You are smart. Thank you.
Yes.
All right. So it is 1:13 p.m. at 3 o'clock. We will be over on the Creative Sprints channel. You are always welcome. Yes. And other than that, tomorrow night is the monthly Patreon social. So links in the description box to Patreon. I do not have super expensive tiers. So, and you can, if you want, you can stay in the chat or you can come on screen with me, and I can have up to 9 people at a time on screen with me, and sometimes do. But you can put faces to names and you can talk directly to people, and it's a lot of fun. So that happens tomorrow. Yeah, last Saturday of every month. So that's tomorrow night from 8 to 10 p.m. And other than that, gosh, tomorrow, same cat time, same cat channel. Guess where I'll be? Right here. All right. Thank you. All right. And don't forget, you're not alone. We are in this together. And there really are good days ahead. All right. So hang in there.
Yes.
And I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you, Miss Sarah.
Oh, you're most welcome.